with homemade nigger flippers, we call them.
Nigger flippers?
Yep. They always used to call those things nigger flippers.
What's a, what is it?
Slingshot.
Slingshot.
Oh.
They call, people say slingshot, but to me when I was a kid there was a nigger flipper. You'd get a tree with a fork in it like that and cut it off there and the handle and tie rubber out of an inner tube on there and put a leather pocket on it. You could put a stone in and pull it back and shoot things with it. I want to show you one more place here, right at this stop sign. That place on the corner right there, that's where my aunt and uncle lived when I was a youngster, before they moved up there. They lived right there. That's why I'd eat hotcakes up at my place and come to Grandpa's up on the hill, then down the hill to this place.
Looks like a fairly nice house.
It is.
I've been resided. Looks
nice
like
house.
maybe 30, 40 years ago.
Another aunt and uncle lived right there at Christensen's, but that was in later life. And people lived in that house by the name of Dudley. They run that gas station in town, the first gas station we had.
Up this way or this way?
Which way, where you want to go, to the campground?
Eventually.
Yeah, we can go up here and go back out too. It's old barns in here where they butchered cattle in there in the early days. But they moved them out, but the butcher barn stayed there for years.
This is Daylight Creek, isn't it?
This is Daylight Creek.
Comes right by the campground there.
Yep. This is the city park where these big trees are.
What was this building?
Oh, which one? That one? But I don't think that's a new one at all.
Well, this is really old.
This is an old one up here, I know that.
This is stone made of rock.
Well, I don't remember what that
Concrete.
is. Something tells you that on that
No,
sign, don't it?
that's a real estate sign for sale.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was a house.
Yeah, it looks
I
like it
used to
was-
climb all these trees, these big trees over here. I've been up pretty near at the top of all of them.
You're part monkey, huh?
When I was a kid, I was part monkey. You know. This was the old brewery. They made beer in here.
Did you hang out there?
What's that?
Did you hang out there?
No, I was too young. My aunt used to walk from her place up on the other side of town down here, get a bucket of beer take a lard bucket and get a bucket of beer and take it home and drink it. These cabins were not here then.
They look like they've been there a long time, those cabins.
Well, it looks like it, but they haven't.
Maybe they're just not that well built.
Maybe they were old and they moved them in here.
It
Well, I
might
think
be.
That's kind of a neat little setting, isn't it?
Yes,
Down
it
the
is.
creek there. And
If you owned those and had them fixed up decent inside and had a
Boy, that
decent
building
price
has
on them,
been
you could keep them
over
for
here.
living.
Yeah.
Been there quite a while.
It has.
There's two sets of them, see?
yeah, people stay in.
Yeah, they use the knees, some of them. Hooey.
You wonder why some of them are able to stand. Okay, and then this one we're coming up on is the school you went to all 12 years?
That's
Well,
this
I went
right here.
I started school. I started school here. Then I went to school over at the Mammoth Mine for part of a year. Then I come back and went to school here for a couple more years. Then I went to Butte and went to 1 year school. Then I came back here and finished her out
This one right
Okay.
here.
right here.
And what's that building used for now?
City offices.
Oh,
That's what they tell me anyway.
I think I might have went in that building once when I was doing the strip seal through town.
Oh, yeah,
Talked to somebody.
yeah, okay. Yeah, you probably did. This was an active motel right here too. I don't see anybody there anymore. Well, Squaw Matty and her outfit used to go up the back side of those willows. There's a trail up there.
huh.
They'd come through town and go up the backside of those roads. The guy that lived in this house was Elmer Bickford. He and his wife, and they were Negro, and he owned the water company. You had to pay for water every month to get it through the city.
Huh.
Squaw Matty come right up there.
Looked like a trail along the base of the hill there.
Yeah. We used to get up on that hill up there and try to look down and see them.
Teepee for rent.
There's people here now on trailers, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's all.
Let's drive up into it.
We'll just tell them we're looking at a place
You don't have
to
to
stay.
tell. You don't have to tell them anything.
The old butcher place was right back there by the butcher counter.
It's a little different than when we're here.
Quite a few people here sometimes. People camped out in tents.
What's the best way to walk into that Squaw Matty? It's up here a little ways. isn't it?
Yeah.
There it is. Is that it right now?
No, no, you have to walk back to it.
Yeah, it was right
Yeah,
by the
it's
teepee.
by the
It was
teepee.
Right below the teepee place.
Yeah, but if you go up here a little farther, we can walk across a bridge. Right here. Here's that bridge. That puts us real nice and close to it.
Okay.
Are they saying this where she camped?
This is Matty White Bear. That's White Bear.
Yeah.
And that's all it says.
No.
I have no idea.
Well, I'll tell you what, this isn't in my memory as to where she camped, or where they used to camp. In my memory, it's right down the other side of those trailers,
Yeah.
over along that,
Yeah,
that
'cause
side. That's
This is pretty new. This
Yeah.
concrete here,
Yeah.
mortar, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
if they're doing that to mark this place.
Oh, look
that's
back
their
here.
camp, it's
Look
not
back
right,
here
so-
on the back side.
What?
2014.
Yeah, 2014 they put this here.
Okay, but that stone might have been there, but they might have set it in that thing in 2014.
Yeah, it could have been. But they might have hauled it from down there too. Could have come from anywhere.
I'm sure there's a way to find out.
The owner might know the history of it. I'm sure he does.
And Randy might have talked to him about it too. The teepee's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back this way.
Okay.
it's like nobody's staying in it.
It was like a ghost village.
That's a toilet there.
Mm-hmm. That goes to the teepee.
exactly, but the butcher barn where they killed those cattle was right down there, just this side of where that big brown billy is. It sat right there, and Squaw Matty and them camped over on that creek that comes down out of that place.
Ah,
They didn't camp here,
okay.
unless they changed camps once in a while, but my memory tells me they camped down there, because we used to get up on that hill and try to look down and see them. That's before there was much of any trees on that thing. Those
Really?
trees and
Yeah, yeah.
all of those have grown up since I was a kid.
So how
But
could
the-
you do it without being seen?
Well, we was over the hill. And we'd sneak up to the top and try to peek over and see if we could see.
How funny.
Yeah. No, it wasn't for sale sign.
That's,
It had a-
that's what she wants, is a for sale sign.
Oh, I thought you wanted the bathroom. We're talking about two different people?
Oh, yeah. This was part of the land that he bought, and he subdivided this off.